This is Chopper with Cycle Visions, and we're going to show you how to install a BaggerTail to your Harley Davidson Softail. The first step is to remove anything that may obstruct the installation of the BaggerTail. On FLSTF and EVO FLSTC, the rear turn signals need to be removed. On 2008 and up Softails, you must remove the rear axle and reinstall the axle from the opposite side of the bike. Here you can see Randy starting off by removing the back muffler in order to get to the rear axle. Once the axle nut is removed, raise the jack so the wheel is barely off the ground. Doing so will take the bike's weight off the back wheel and will make it easier to remove the back axle. Randy is now removing the axle from the right side of the bike and reinstalling it into the left side. Make sure you torque your back axle to factory specifications. For 2008 and up, the torque required is 105 foot-pounds. After the axle has been reinstalled, you can now put your muffler back on. Next, you will want to remove both left and right rear passenger foot pegs. Here is the left side with the passenger foot peg removed. Since this bike had soft bags, Randy is now removing those soft bag mounts that are now no longer needed. Here you can see Randy is relocating the button head bolt to the middle spot of the sissy bar side plates because the BaggerTail upper support will need the use of the front and back mounting holes. Make sure the nut plate is still located in the correct position on the inside of the fender, because they like to fall down when those screws are removed. Same procedure is done to the other side. And remember to apply Loctite. Now the bike is ready for the BaggerTail. Inside every BaggerTail kit, you will find instructions on how to install your BaggerTail. If for some reason you lose these instructions, they can also be found on our website. In your kit, you will also find 4 U-shaped brackets, crossover support, left and right upper rail supports, left and right lower rail supports, and all the hardware needed to install your BaggerTail. To begin installation, we will first mount the upper bag support to the struts. Start out with always Loctiting your bolts. Note there is a left side and a right side upper bag mount. To distinguish between the two, look at the back 2 mount holes. The left support will L to the left and the right side will L to the right. At this moment, the bolts are only hand tight. This will make it easier to align everything together first before snugging everything up. Same 2 bolt procedure to mount the upper support to the other side, and don't forget Loctite. Next, you will reinstall the rear foot peg back onto the frame using the hardware provided. On 2000 and up Softails, use the longer 3/8 Allen bolt provided in the kit. We're going to start on the right side. The right lower support is indicated by an R. Here, Randy is mounting the back of the lower support to the upper support. Only hand tight at this moment, because the cross brace will still need to be added. Next, you're going to want to line up the lower rail support to the rear peg and mount with the nut and washer provided in the kit. Now for the left side. Randy starts off by putting Loctite on the 3/8 Allen and mounts the left rear passenger peg back onto the frame. After the foot peg is back on, you will want to add the 1 1/4 spacer between the inside of the frame and the lower bag rail. Similar to the right side, the rear of the left lower bag rail is only temporarily mounted at this time. Once the back of the support rail is in place, you can now secure the front of the lower support to the foot peg behind the 1 1/4 spacer you just added a couple moments ago. After both lower supports are mounted, it's time to install the crossover support. The patent cross brace is what makes our saddlebag mounts different than any others you'll find. The brace is designed to keep your bags from swinging into your fender and will keep your bags more secure than any other imitation bag mount. The correct placement, from front to rear, starts with the crossover brace first, then the lower rail support, and at the very rear, the upper rail support. And you want to make sure you have the correct orientation for the crossover support. Now that the lower supports are in place, you can start to tighten the 4 bolts in back. Make sure the rails are sitting straight before you give it the final torque. You can now go back to the upper rail supports and torque down the mounting bolts. Randy is now applying Loctite to the hardware that will be used to mount the U-shaped brackets. At this time, leave the U-shaped brackets loose so they can easily be rotated. Here, Randy is pointing out that there are 2 holes, and the correct one for the U-shaped bracket is the hole closest to the rear of the bike. Next, you will snap the bell head receptacles provided in the kit onto the U-shaped brackets. Same steps are taken to install the right side U brackets. Same procedure is used to install the receptacles onto the right side. You are now ready to grab your saddlebags and install them into place with the bell head studs provided in the kit. Here you see Randy is setting the saddlebag on the support rails and lining the holes in the saddlebag up with the holes in the U-shaped bracket. You will next want to manipulate the U bracket so that the opening of the U faces the floor, and once everything is lined up, install the bell head stud through the holes and lock into place. After your saddlebags are mounted by the 2 bell head studs, you now go back and fully tighten down the U-shaped brackets. The same steps are taken to install the saddlebags on the other side by installing the 2 bell head studs to secure the saddlebag, and after the saddlebags are mounted, don't forget to go back and tighten the 2 U-shaped brackets. And there you have it. Follow these easy steps to install the CycleVision's BaggerTail onto your Harley Davidson Softail. The BaggerTail is made of a high quality steel and comes in a black powder coated finish. This product will keep your bags and what they're holding safe, secure, and steady.